What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you clicked on today's video, you know exactly what we're getting into. Let's get it.
Hey, give me all the hate. You know how it go online, ain't nobody safe. Like, hey, see me face to face, probably want an autograph and brag about it for days. Like, hey, biting my tongue, you want your 50 minutes, boy, but I ain't the one. Like, hey, we don't get along, but I ain't making you famous saying your name in the song.
Let
Like,
them talk trash, I won't pop back, cause they want that. Type in all caps and it's all cap, fall back. I get called whack, no response track. With the bong back, suck my ball sack, probably want that, ew.
All right, guys, we are back with more Hard Target. I've really been enjoying this journey a lot. Him and Simple Man both, who I just reacted to Simple Man's song Beetlejuice a little while ago, and that was dope. So now we're getting more into Hard Target's catalog. And I was just gonna go backwards from their latest and work my way back, but this the title of this one struck me. This is a year old. It from last March, so almost a year old. And The Old Me. That it's interesting because we did a live with Nelson from Thoughts of a Predicate Winner. If you are not subscribed to his channel, go check that out. And he showed us, you can check out our live with him as well, but he showed us an older Hard Target song from a long time ago when he was with a group called Black Ops, and it was a dope banger of a song. And I've heard so much variety from him. He can sing, he can rap, and I really just love his delivery. I like his rap voice. I really have a thing for like unique rap voices. I find the more unique the rap voice, the more I'm likely to want to listen to it. But he just has a very smooth delivery that I really like. So, but I told him I really liked the older song, and but I could tell that there was definitely a difference in the music he was making then versus what he's making now. And a lot of that has to do with how you grow and evolve over time. That being said, the title, The Old Me, makes me think that he might be addressing part of that. Maybe not, I guess. But just the idea of it, like, because when I think about to the old me, it's like I don't even recognize that person. I went through a very big like weight loss and mental health transformations over the past like 7 years. And so when I think back to the person I was when I first started that journey as opposed to who I am now, it's like it's just two different people completely. The core of who I am is still the same, but like, it's just amazing how different you really are when you look back, right? So I don't know, this title just said, okay, I want to hear it. And so we're gonna get into it.
I ain't really like the old me, and even though it takes its toll, boy, the pain and the change is the only way you grow.
Okay, I didn't even realize at the time that DurtE, I'm assuming it's DurtE, like DurtE. Look at me being somewhat smart. Unless I'm completely wrong, then I'm dumb. But I'm gonna say DurtE and Hard Target. So I'm assuming this. No, yeah, this other guy's obviously DurtE because it's definitely not Hard Target. So I'm gonna start this over now that I've made a complete fool of myself. Take two.
I ain't really like the old me, and even though it takes its toll, boy, the pain and the change is the only way you grow. I never listened when they told me, boy, you ain't gonna be shit, you won't ever get it going if the rubber don't meet the road. If you riding, buckle up, let's roll. I couldn't just sit back and listen to the way that people were bitching. Decided to try something different and switch the stigma up. I put down the drink, started lifting, quit holding grudges, started giving a fuck, no love and forgiveness. Changed how my living was. Want my reflection to be an image of me that don't remind me of what I once was. So I keep working on being a little better each day and making changes because I ain't really like the old me.
Ooh, okay, yes. This song is definitely what I thought it was going to be about. And I relate to it hard, right? Like I when he says, I don't really like the old me, and I don't like that person. She was not confident, she was not, the old me was in a very bad place at that time. Um I'm going to go ahead and just take it back. I just want to hear that first verse again.
I ain't really like the old me. And even though it takes its toll, boy, the pain and the change is the only way you grow.
The pain is the only way you like you I think he said the pain is the only way you grow, basically.
Pain and the change is the only way.
Like the pain, either the pain of the change or the pain and the change is the only way you grow. And that's true. Like it was definitely a rough road getting here, that's for sure. But it's crazy cuz like when I think back on it, like it went by super fast. But it was a long, very painful journey to get here, for sure. And sometimes the mental pain of that change is even greater than physical pain.
I never listen when they told me, oh, you ain't gonna be shit. You won't ever get it going if the rubber don't meet the road.
As he says, he didn't listen when they told him, you ain't gonna ever be shit. And that's the difference between me. Is I've literally spent my entire life being told I can't, and then I just started believing that I couldn't. Everybody said it, right? I heard it so much that I just, in my mind, I always have said, oh, I want to do that. Well, you can't, you know. And over the last 7 years, I proved to myself I could.
If you riding, buckle up, let's roll. I couldn't just sit back and listen to the way that people were bitching. Decided to try something different and switch the stigma up. I put down the drink, started lifting, quit holding grudges, started giving a fuck.
I like that. Switched it up, changed the stigma. Start like basically put down the booze and started lifting and stuff. So he got sober. I'm assuming is what he's saying, and started focusing. I also like I said, I lost over 100 pounds, but fitness has become a big part of my life now, and it is definitely therapy for me at the same time. Um, and March 4th will be 9 months that I have not had any alcohol. So 9 months sober on March 4th. So I really relate to that.
Started lifting, quit holding grudges, started giving a fuck, more love and forgiveness, change how my living was. Want my reflection.
I like that too. More loving and like giving and like forgiveness, which is, they say forgive but not forget. But like sometimes you have to forgive some stuff. Like otherwise you hold on to that anger and that should just like it'll rot you from the inside out.
To be an image of me that don't remind me of what I once was. So I keep working on being a little better each day and making changes because
I like that. Just working on being a little bit better every day. And that really is true. Like and that's kind of how I lived my life over the last 7 years, was like just trying to be a little bit better every day. And that doesn't mean you're always perfect. You are going to fall, but you have to get back up. As cliche as that sounds, like no matter how many times you fall, you never fail unless you fail to get back up.
I ain't really like the old me. Even though it takes its toll, boy, the pain and the change is the only way you grow. I never listened when they told me, oh, you ain't gonna be shit. You won't ever get it going if the rubber don't meet the road. Yeah, I was stuck inside the past. Foot was on the gas, following the problem that I knew I couldn't pass. Swerving in and out of fights, I knew I would've crashed. And if I hit the brakes, I'd be a bullet through the glass. I can see where the
That's one thing I really have come to love about Hard Target is his incredible ability to use metaphors to to get his point across. And he just had a whole scheme there having to do with the like driving and stuff, which I think because he was like living life basically with your foot on the gas. I know a thing or two about that. Just take it back from the top.
I was stuck inside the past, but was on the gas, following the
Stuck inside the past, but was on the gas. I feel like I know what he's trying to say there, at least the way I'm interpreting it. Stuck in the past. I'm still working through that through therapy, but like, I'm still living through stuff that is in my past. It's really hard to let go of that stuff sometimes, but like, until you let go of that stuff, it's really hard to move forward because it's like, it's like when you have one of those like stretch bands around you and somebody's holding it and you're trying to run. It doesn't matter how fast you try and move, how hard you push, you're still being held back because you're still attached to that shit in the past. Once you can cut that band though, slingshot right into the future.
yeah, I was stuck inside the past, but was on the gas, following the problem that I knew I couldn't pass. Swerving in and out of fights, I knew I would've crashed. And if I hit the brakes, I'd be a bullet through the glass. I can't see what.
Yeah, so to me it sounds like he was like involved in like maybe some drug use and stuff, but also like swerving in and out of fights and stuff, getting into fights a lot. It definitely makes me curious, like, and I've kind of heard you know them say that their past or whatever was like definitely different and rocky or whatever, but like, so it makes me wonder kind of like what and the where and the why and the who and all of that. You know, like, because generally there's a catalyst for that kind of stuff, right? So like, why were you getting in fights? Were you getting in fights because you were on drugs or because you were drinking, or was it, what series of choices led you down that path? I know for me, I know what mine were, you know what I mean? And for me, it was always just trying to fit in, trying to belong. People should say, oh, you shouldn't want to fit in. You were made to stand out. Well, I didn't want to stand out, right? Like, I was already the chubby kid growing up, right? It wasn't until I was able to play like sports and like I did cheerleading and stuff because I was really good at gymnastics that like I was able to earn the respect to not be bullied and made fun of and picked on, right? Like, I've constantly had to prove myself to people in order to be treated like a regular human being. And so I've literally been chasing either being special or I will literally almost try and buy people's love sometimes, because if I don't have anything to give them, they won't accept me. And so, when you start chasing that dragon, and when you also have ADHD and BPD and you deal with a lot of emotional dysregulation and things like rejection sensitivity dysphoria, RSD, it's like it makes everything, it clouds everything. Your judgment is off, your perception is off, and it makes life really, really hard. So it's like, and I don't even know why I got on this tangent, but it's just like talking about the old me, right? Like, but I know where my story, like, I know my story, but it makes me curious about his story. Like, how did he get in those places? And then, more importantly, how'd you get out of them? What inspired you to get out of them? Was it you're having a baby? Like, becoming a father? For me, it was that, or I was just not going to be here anymore. I had to change. I had to do something different. And so I think that's when, most people, I guess that's when most people hit their change, right? Is like when you have to. Like, I know that Tom got sober because he had to with his mental breakdown, right? Like, majority, like, sometimes my friend's brother was in a really bad motorcycle accident and almost died because drinking and stuff. So he got sober, right? Like, he had to. So it makes me wonder what made him have to change.
Bullet through the glass. I can't see where the time's gone. I drive with my lights off. Try to fortify the inside, but I'm crumbling now like drywall. Maybe I'm needing to relax, cause I'm bleeding from the back, and the blood stains I have I can wipe off.
Bleeding from the back, like, makes me think he got backstabbed, right? Like, betrayal. That could be friends or like a lover, a girlfriend, whatever. I know he's married now, but he's talking about the old me, so I don't know how long he's been married, but in this case, I mean, I feel like it could be friends, whoever he was running around with, maybe. But betrayal is definitely one of those things that can send you into a lot of depression.
Needing to relax, cause I'm bleeding from the back, and the bloodstains I have, I can't wipe off. And life is just a competition of criticism and bitching. You can play the villain of the victim. I've been stuck inside the system of the person that I used to be. Cause fucking up is nothing new to me. I ain't really like the old me. And even though it takes its toll, boy, the pain and the change is the only way you grow. I never listened when they told me, oh, you ain't gonna be shit. You won't ever get it going if the rubber don't meet the road. If you riding, buckle up, let's roll.
Yes.
Hell to the nah, dog.
That's like the best ending ever. I love that it's at the end of the videos. Hell to the nah, dog. Yo, that was dope. Like, that song got me in the feels just a little bit. You know, definitely a trip down memory lane. You know, but kudos to us for coming out on the other side relatively unscathed, I guess, right? Like, the cool thing is, you know, I've literally survived every bad thing that's ever happened to me. So, you know, I'm doing pretty good. I feel like we're all doing pretty good, right? Like, we're all still here. We all woke up today and we all have a second chance at doing better every single day, right? So, uh you know, he is not disappointed yet. And I love that. I love that I found two new artists that have such a great catalog so far. You know, I struggle to find new music that I really like these days because, you know, as the people I've been listening to were listening to, you know, before I kind of found more of the independent lane, you know, it just, the music fell flat. It wasn't about anything, at least not anything important, right? And there's a time and there's a place for those songs too, right? But like, you know, I don't need every song I hear to be a club hit, right? Or whatever the case may be, but I'm really grateful that I found them. So this was fantastic. And shout out to DurtE. I'm assuming that's how you say it. Pretty dope. I like it. This was a great song. I'm glad I chose this one. But if you think there is something else that I need to listen to from Hard Target, please drop it in the comment section and let me know. Him and Simple Man both have a ton of music, so I'm just trying to make my way through it as best I can. But if you think there's something incredibly dope that I need to listen to, let me know what it is. Go over and subscribe to Hard Target and DurtE. Go like this video and also subscribe here if you're not subscribed. We are going to be on the Bitter Betty podcast. We're going to be reacting to Simple Man's new album, Underdogs, which is available for purchase on streaming platforms everywhere. Please, if you can afford it, please go buy it. That's how we support these independent artists, and they need our help because we're the ones who are consuming the product that they're putting out, right? And so if we share it and leave the comments and get the word out there, but also help support them by buying the music, that really goes a long way to help them. So if you can spare a few bucks, please go do that. We're going to be reacting to the album live with Simple Man on the Bitter Betty podcast, so go over there, subscribe here, subscribe to Hard Target and DurtE, and I will catch y'all in the next one.